Hi there, this is Mr. Jones, and I'd like to help you today with classifying numbers. Alright, first of all we have the set called natural numbers, and they begin with the number 1 and simply continue in counting fashion, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And for that reason, the set of natural numbers is sometimes also called the set of counting numbers. Now notice that there are no fractions or decimals included in this set. So on a number line, if I were graphing them, I would simply put a dot at each of the numbers beginning with number 1 and moving to the right, and the arrow shows that it continues infinitely to the right. Okay? Simple enough. Whole numbers, on the other hand, include the number 0. So really the only difference between whole numbers and natural numbers is that the set of whole numbers includes 0. So on a number line, I would begin with 0. And I would simply fill in the dots for each number, continuing to the right. Notice that neither of those sets include any negative numbers. Integers, on the other hand, do include the negative numbers. So integers are the set of whole numbers, but with negative numbers as well. Okay, so all of the numbers that do not include fractions or decimals would be illustrated on a number line, okay? And the arrows point in both directions, showing that the integers continue infinitely to the left of 0 and to the right of 0. Now rational numbers, I can't put all of the rational numbers on a number line because they include all the numbers that can be written as a over b, where a and b are integers and b does not equal 0. Okay? So rational numbers would include whole numbers and natural numbers and integers, because every integer can be written as a rational number by giving it a denominator of 1. Right? So the number 2 is a rational number because it can be written as 2 over 1. But negative 3/4 is a rational number. Okay? 5/42 is a rational number. Okay? And every rational number can be written as a terminating or as a repeating decimal. Right? For example, 2/5 is a rational number because a and b are integers, but 2/5 can also be written as a terminating decimal, 0.4. 1/3 is a rational number. 1 and 3 are integers, but 1 divided by 3 as a decimal is 0.3 with the decimal repeating. Okay? So irrational numbers, for example, cannot be written as a repeating or as a terminating decimal. All right? Well, those are the main classifications for now. So why don't you look at the examples that I've given below, 1 through 4, and let each of these letters represent the sets. A represent natural, B whole numbers, C integers, D rational numbers, and name each of the sets that these numbers belong to. Okay? So let me get you started on number 1, then I'll take a break and you can continue with the rest of them. Okay, 37. Right? Well, it's certainly a natural number. Natural numbers begin with 1 and continue infinitely, so 37 would be natural. Whole numbers are the same as natural numbers, except they include 0, but certainly 37 falls into that category, greater than 0, so it would be a and b. Integers include the natural and the whole numbers. They also include negative numbers, but certainly this would qualify as an integer. And lastly, it would also qualify as rational because 37 can be written as 37 over 1. So therefore, 37 would satisfy all 4 of those sets of numbers. Okay? Well, let me take a break, as I said, and you can try numbers 2, 3, and 4 on your own. And when you're finished and ready for help or to check your answers, hit continue. Okay, well, let's see how we did. Number 2, negative 17. Right? Well, it can't be included in the natural numbers because the natural numbers, remember, began with 1. Can't be included in the whole numbers. Whole numbers began with 0. Right? It certainly can be included with the integers because integers included negative. And it could also be included with rational numbers because it can be written as negative 17 over 1. Okay? So negative 17 would be either an integer or a rational number, or both. Number 3, negative 17 over 3. Okay, well, 3 doesn't divide evenly into 17, so it can't be a natural number. It can't be a whole number. It's also negative, so that would exclude both of those as well. It can't be an integer, so the only possibility is D, a rational number. So number 3 would be D, a rational number. Now, at first glance, number 4 may not look like it fits into any of those categories. Okay, but remember that rational numbers can be written as terminating or repeating decimals, and 5.89 certainly would be included as a terminating decimal. And remember that 5.89 can be written as 589 divided by 100. Okay, and that makes it a rational number, an integer divided by an integer. Okay, so choice D would be your only choice for number 4. Okay, well, I hope that gives you a pretty good idea of the sets of numbers and their classifications. You may want to review it once again and spend a little bit of time memorizing the differences, but I think that should give you the tools that you need. So I urge you to work carefully and work well, and I'll see you at the next tutorial.